Good afternoon. Thank you for coming to my presentation. My name is Dany Perwita Sari and I'm come from NTST Taiwan. And my presentation title is about transformation in architecture and spatial organization at Javanese house. With an average growth of 2.6% per year, the Indonesian population could be predicted to reach over 300 million by the end 2025. Most of Indonesian population is concentrated in Java Island. It's about 57.5%. Java Island is the most populated island and Javanese is the largest ethnic group. The architecture style in Indonesia itself changed over time. From 1920 to 2018, the cities in Java have transformed, becomes three types of housing. First, vernacular house, second, contemporary house, and third is modern house. The aim of this research is to understand the Javanese living in urban area, how they adapt. Layout design from several houses reconstructed using SNA and examined the information by ORA. From this reference, SNA can use as a method to analyze the evolution of spatial organization in Javanese house. Javanese residential house. There is three cities that chosen for study case in this research. First is Jakarta, represented as the capital city of Indonesia. Second, Surakarta, and the last one is Semarang. Surakarta is the center of Javanese traditional culture. In this city, a lot of vernacular house was built. The basic and complex layout of vernacular house shown in this table. The left one is the basic layout, and the right one is this complex layout of vernacular house. Planning features based on climate, social culture factors, and design based on local needs, availability of construction material, and reflecting local tradition like timber. The most interesting about vernacular house, usually they stand-alone building with a wide front yard and a large bedroom, living room, and kitchen were the main ideas of the vernacular house. And this is reflect on Dharma. Dharma is the relation between man, God, and nature, and reflect on the building. Moreover, each building can be unique, and vernacular architecture focus more on activities and rituals rather than efficiency. About the contemporary house, the city was chosen is Semarang. Semarang were selected to represent semi-modern culture. During the 1950 to 1970, urbanism in Java Island expanded dramatically. During this era, modernity first emerged with the adoption of the international style and crossing between modernity and tradition, leading to modern Javanese architecture. This is one of sample of contemporary house that's still available until now. During 1970, there was a transformation of roof style where it became gable roof. For the modern house, Jakarta has been selected as a represent big city. In the face of urbanization, Jakarta changed from agrarian to modern culture. The residential building becomes an integral part of the marketing strategy. Competition among private companies, which were done by using foreign architects, have become a common marketing strategy. It affects the style of architecture. As a result, new house types are being introduced. Different from previous two houses, this house is more simple, use of modern materials with lower maintenance cost and efficient design as a solution of high land price. This house usually long, narrow row house set. This modern style still may not be appropriate for Indonesia, since they might result in building with forms that are lacking in sensitivity to local conditions, social interaction, and climate. This study aims to explore some questions. First, what type of space are present physically and the purpose of networking characteristic? And second, how can the concept of identity be thought and understand with the current global condition? And the last one, how and what does the crossing of culture in Javanese influence in architecture? 3 study case house was chosen in this research. First, vernacular house. This is the layout and the house style. The owner family consists of father, mother, and 4 children, and they have pendopo. Pendopo is a guest room and designed based on the character of the occupant. Layout concept provide separation of functional spaces into private, semi-private, and public area. A guest room hall is the most important spaces in the houses. Moreover, they make 3 different entrances. First is for the family member, second is for guests, and the last one is for housekeeper. From this separate entrance, we can know that there is the 3 main categories, which are living, cooking, and receiving the guests. Second house is represent the contemporary house. The owner still respect the Japanese culture, like spatial hierarchy and privacy. This house only have 2 entrances. First is for guests and the family member, and second is for the housekeeper. A guest room hall is still become the most important space in this design, and there is still need for the separation of family and housekeeper during social relation. The last one represents the modern house, an urban transition which result in the more limited land, and modernism changed the concept of privacy. There is only 1 entrance, and then for the member, guests, and housekeeper entrance, the housing using the same entrance. The functional space which considered as private are located in the back, while the public space are located in the front. The third group illustrates the current trend of the residential house in Indonesia. Next chapter is about spatial organization in Japanese house. In this research, we're using a complex system and analyzed become four centralities measurement. First is total degree centrality, second is closeness centrality, third betweenness centrality, and the fourth exclusivity. Each group was visualized by Aura, and Aura processed these floor plans for their spatial network characterization and visualization. For the vernacular house, living room consider two occupant activities. The betweenness centrality, closeness centrality, and total degree centrality of dalam or living room rank at the first the network in all houses. The living room link many spaces and strong control over the network. The guest room is considered as a public space. Yard or garden become the relation between human and environment. For the contemporary house, living room still become the favorite space, and contemporary architecture still preserve the traditional concept. Three main categories, which are living, cooking, and receiving guests, still become the function of a Javanese house. And the last one, for the modern house, they have narrow layout and linear shape oriented because of the limited land. Modern house consists of 2 floors, and living room largely replace the function of the guest room. The social and cultural system of Javanese house has remained the same. The conclusion of this research. This paper concludes that house form is always changing, especially its facade. However, the spatial organization is surprisingly stable. The overall organization of space in Central Java during 1920 to 2018 is always same, and Javanese is still able to maintain traditional culture, such as the entrance. The transformation of entrance has experienced visible change, but they always respect the hierarchy and social status. Second one is guest room. Guest house is the most important. Guest room is the most important element in Javanese culture. Even though lots of modern houses reduce the size and build without the guest room, but owners usually change their layout and make a new guest room. Third one is indoor courtyard. In vernacular and contemporary house, it is detected that indoor courtyards always act as a bridge from the family to housekeeper. But in Jakarta, most of modern houses do not have indoor courtyard because the limited land. The result of this study illustrates both environmental and cultural variables affect the formation and development of vernacular house. While the initial formation of traditional house was influenced more by nature environment factor, recent transformations were influenced by social and cultural factors. Thank you.